Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Shunakshi Chakravarti. The big story we have been tracking through the day. The office of the young Indian in Delhi has been sealed by the Enforcement Directorate over a case linked to the National Herald newspaper. This caused a 2-hour blockade at the Congress headquarters. The police have been deployed outside the residences of Congress Chief Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, who were recently questioned by the probe agency. Now, sources in the probe agency seem to suggest that the offices of the young Indian were temporarily sealed as there was no one from their side in whose presence searches could be conducted.
BJP wants to do is BJP wants that nothing in India should be made by small and medium businesses. They want that everything should be made by 2 or 3 of their favorite big business people. That is why they changed these rules. Okay. Their entire idea is to take the money out of these people's pocket, right, and put it into rich businessmen's pocket. Thank you very much.
We are seeing an open-ended investigation for events 10 years ago. With a siege mentality in the heart of the capital, the only sole object of this exercise is humiliation, insult and intimidation at one level. I mean, you are treating this institution, this party, these leaders as terrorists.
Is it an overreaction from the Congress party, or you really feel that now they are going to do something to Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and the SAC office?
See, the entire nation has been seeing in the last few months the type of behavior of this government at the center. One can say that Modi government has achieved the Himalayan heights in political vendetta, vindictiveness and absolute irresponsibility. Today we are just in name a democracy, but dictatorship is there in India today. And unprovoked, the type of action which the Delhi police had taken here outside Mrs. Gandhi's residence, the party headquarters, the All India Congress Committee, outside Rahul Gandhi's residence, there was no provocation of any kind.
But some would say that they should be ready for any kind of probe if required by the ED.
See, you are aware, and entire nation has also seen, that Rahul Gandhi ji was called for several days by the ED. More than 54 hours they had put questions. He answered all those questions. Similarly, Mrs. Gandhi was also questioned for several days. She also did whatever the Enforcement Directorate wanted her to do. But now what the Delhi police has done today, why did they do that? There was no provocation, except that a few days back we have informed all our state units, all our district units, that there should be a protest against price rise, against unemployment, against GST on essential commodities. And here in Delhi also we announced that all the members of parliament will march up to Rashtrapati Bhavan to submit a memorandum on all these basic issues faced by the nation. We also said that we will march to the Prime Minister's residence. Is it to prevent the Congress party from doing that? Is it to silence the Congress party from doing all this? Whatever the government wants to do to silence us, they should understand that we will face all challenges, but nobody can silence the Congress party.
Every time a question has been asked that why did the Congress party give money on loan to AJL? The Congress party is not a bank. Under the Representation of People's Act, it is ultimately a political party that is getting donations for political work, not to give a loan. Thereafter, the entire thing is transferred to young Indians owned by the Nehru Gandhi family. So all the Congress party leadership had to do, that is Mrs. Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, is give a straight answer to the questions. Instead, for 10 years, all we have heard is that this is political vendetta, this is an agenda against us, we will do a satyagraha.
Meanwhile, 17 opposition parties, including the Trinamool Congress, the DMK, the Aam Aadmi Party, Shiv Sena, issued a joint statement against the Supreme Court judgment which upheld the amendments to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act of 2002, which gives a sweeping powers to the Enforcement Directorate. It said, "We place on record our deep apprehension on the long-term implications of the recent Supreme Court judgment upholding." That's what the statement read. The opposition said that the amendments have made it more conducive for the government to engage in political vendetta. Meanwhile, the big global headline, the big global story, 27 Chinese warplanes flew into Taiwan's air defense zone on Wednesday, Taipei said, as US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made her controversial visit to the self-ruled island that Beijing considers its territory. Nancy Pelosi left Taiwan after a power-packed one-day visit, while a red-faced China has threatened military drills near Taiwan on Thursday.
US Speaker Nancy Pelosi met the top Taiwanese leadership as China began military drills, which the 82-year-old brushed off as saber-rattling by Xi, China's all-powerful president.
Is about our shared values of democracy and freedom, and how Taiwan has been an example to the world in that regard. And whether it's certain insecurities on the part of the president of China as to his own political situation, that he's rattling a saber.
But China has sworn military action in retaliation for Pelosi's visit. She's second in line to succession to the US presidency and the first top-ranking US official to visit Taiwan. Beijing insists the island is part of mainland China.
这是一场彻头彻尾的闹剧。美方打着所谓民主的幌子，在干着侵犯中国主权的勾当。而台湾的蔡英文之流，抱着美国的粗腿不放，背弃民族大义。
Here's China's course, first of all, that you can see, and then you can see the position of Taiwan over there, the place where Taiwan is situated at the edge of South China Sea shipping lane, positioned about 100 miles from China. Clearly controlling Taiwan, therefore, would facilitate China's operations in the entire South China Seas are some of the 6 areas which we'll now point out in a map for you, typically now surrounding Taiwan on some of the very critical areas around Taiwan where military drills will be conducted by China in response to Pelosi's visit. China's military exercises encircling Taiwan begin from tomorrow for 4 days. Taiwan's already claimed incursions into its sea and airspace. Pelosi left in less than 24 hours. The US government played down the episode, but the flashpoint between the world's 2 biggest economies is likely to be felt way beyond this corner of the world. Bureau Report, NDTV.
In the battle for Karnataka is steaming up. Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar hugged party heavyweight Siddaramaiah on his 75th birthday in a public show of unity and bonhomie in Rahul Gandhi's presence on Wednesday. There have been fears that the party might implode ahead of the state elections if the rivalry between the 2 leaders, legislator party leader Siddaramaiah and state president D.K. Shivkumar over the chief minister's post is not resolved. The Congress leader also got inducted into the Lingayat sect, with one of the seer predicting that he will become prime minister like grandmother and father, but another seer cut him off.
I have come here for the celebration of Siddaramaiah ji's birthday.
A public show of bonhomie and unity, putting rest to all speculations on the rift between Congress President D.K. Shivkumar and leader of the opposition Siddaramaiah. The party leader commended their work. However, the hostility was visible between the two on the stage when Rahul Gandhi gestured to D.K. Shivkumar to hug Siddaramaiah. One cannot miss the grandeur at which Siddaramaiah celebrated his 75th birthday. This was a pure show of strength by former Chief Minister.
Today I was very happy to see Siddaramaiah ji and DK Shiv Kumar hugging each other on the stage. DK Shiv Kumar ji has done tremendous work for the Congress organization.
If the people say that I am a mass leader, I am a mass leader.
And in an exclusive interview with NDTV on Tuesday, he did not deny that he wanted to become the Chief Minister in 2023.
Do you still aspire to be the CM?
No.
You've already been the CM of
It
Karnataka.
all depends upon MLAs.
Sir, you didn't answer my question. Do you aspire still? Do you still aspire?
It's not a question of aspire.
Okay.
If anybody aspires to become the Chief Minister, nothing wrong.
Amid the rumblings in the party, Rahul Gandhi visited a Lingayat mutt in Karnataka, where a seer declared the Congress leader had been initiated into the sect, and that would pave way for him to become Prime Minister one day. The political significance of blessings from prominent Lingayat seers, not lost on anyone. The Congress is thought to have lost the Lingayat vote to the BJP when former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi dismissed a popular Lingayat Chief Minister Virendra Patil. Lingayat is Karnataka's single largest community, comprising nearly 17% of the population, and can determine the poll outcome in over 90 seats in North Karnataka out of the state's 224 assembly seats. The BJP too is on a damage control exercise after public protests and resignations by party workers following the murder of BJP Yuva Morcha's Praveen Nettaru. So the Union Minister Amit Shah is in Bengaluru, where he will attend a CII event and meet the Chief Minister Basuraj Bommai over lunch.
Breaking away the Lingayat dominant communities, allegiance to the BJP. That's going to be the primary focus of the Congress here in Karnataka. Rahul Gandhi is going to take out on a month-long Padayatra, basically to spread the achievements of Congress here in the state, and also will be meeting some of the prominent Lingayat seers. This is in a way to woo the Lingayat votes to the Congress for the upcoming elections. In Davangere, with camera person Kumar, Shrija for NDTV.
Shifting focus to more political news, Union Minister Smriti Irani driving a scooter from Delhi's Red Fort to promote the Modi government's Har Ghar Tiranga program on the 75th anniversary of independence. Several central ministers and ruling alliance MPs took part in these celebrations, but with the main opposition parties keeping away from it. From the event flagged off by the Vice President himself. But those in the opposition insist the national flag should not be conflated with the ruling party. In fact, apart from the governments, the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have their own tricolour programs. Congress workers in Madhya Pradesh, meanwhile, reached the RSS headquarters in the state and hoisted the tricolour. And Rahul Gandhi in all of this met with weavers of the tricolour in Karnataka. Students of Delhi government schools will also be performing, they will also form the world's largest tiranga on Thursday. And after Prime Minister Narendra Modi and several BJP leaders made the Tiranga their profile pictures on social media platforms, Rahul Gandhi and Congress General Secretaries Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, Jairam Ramesh and the party's social media accounts put a photograph of Nehru with the tricolour as their display picture. The image, lightly photoshopped, was the same, a black and white photograph of Nehru looking at the flag in colour in his hand. And the rupee weakened sharply on Wednesday, snapping a 4-day winning streak and down from 1-month high in the previous session. Take a look.
Today the markets gained for the 6th straight session, but it's not all good news as rupee weakened below 79 per dollar again. Markets gained about 0.3% today and Sensex has risen to its highest level since mid-April. Sensex gained 214 points to end at 58,350, while Nifty gained 42 points to end at 17,388. Let's tell you about the shares that moved the most. First, SpiceJet shares jumped 12% after reports emerged of SpiceJet raising funds. A Reuters report said that the company's promoter Ajay Singh will sell a part of his 60% stake and he's already in talks with firms. Secondly, Zomato shares fell by 4% after reports that Uber has sold its entire stake of 7.8% in Zomato, but later the share recovered. Now the bad news, rupee weakened by 45 paise and it ended at 79.16 per dollar. This as dollars rate and demand is going up because investors are moving back to US investments. This is because the Fed has signaled that more rate hikes might be coming to control inflation. So investors are moving to the reserve currency, that is of course the dollar. And the bad news for rupee does not end. In July, India recorded a record high trade deficit. The difference between our import value and our export value has widened to 31 billion US dollars in the month of July. This means that more foreign currency is leaving India and that further hurts the rupee. The focus now will be on the Reserve Bank's policy decisions. Reserve Bank's monetary policy meeting has begun. The announcements will come on August 5th and the Reserve Bank is expected to announce a 30 to 50 basis point hike to control inflation. This could make borrowing funds even more expensive, so all eyes on that key meet.
And from the rupee and the market, the government on Wednesday withdrew the Personal Data Protection Bill of 2021 from Parliament, stating that it would be replaced with a comprehensive framework of global standard laws, including digital privacy laws for contemporary and future challenges. The legislation, which had alarmed big tech firms, has been under consideration for several years now.
And permission, I withdraw the Data Protection Bill 2021 as reported by Joint Committee.
Meanwhile, concern over monkeypox virus only grows bigger because another foreign national has contracted the virus in the national capital, making it the 4th case in Delhi with the disease in the national capital. Altogether now in India, 9 cases of the disease have surfaced across Kerala and Delhi, but Delhi has now reported the 4th case of monkeypox virus in a 31-year-old woman, a foreign national who has tested positive in Delhi. And on to some news from the climate and the changing climate. A red alert was withdrawn from Kerala and orange alert issued in 11 districts of the state by the IMD, by the Weather Office on Wednesday, indicating a probable decrease in the intensity of the rains hitting the southern state after very heavy rain in 3 south states. Heavy rain down south has caused havoc and concern, but now the red alert has been removed for the state of Kerala and orange alert has been issued across 11 districts.
Aerial search underway for 2 fishermen along Tuticorin coast. They went missing after their boat was struck by heavy wind. Schools and colleges remain shut in Nilgiris as the Met forecast heavy to very heavy rainfall. While Chinnakalar of Coimbatore received up to 90 millimeters rain, nearly 6 times above normal, the hill town Valpare, where schools remain shut, received 60 millimeters rain. That's 10 times the normal of 5.9 millimeters. The highest 110 millimeter rain at Tirutani in Tiruvallur district, that's 35 times above the normal 3.4 millimeters. With heavy inflow from Kerala, storage in the Vaigai Dam reached its capacity and waters are being released. In the rest of the peninsula, very heavy rainfall is forecast. Over 100 millimeters of rainfall is expected in Mangaluru and Karwar, with 50 to 60 millimeters likely over Bengaluru and Mysuru. In Kerala too, there are almost 5,000 people in relief camps. 12 people have died since Sunday. In Kochi, Kozhikode, Kannur and Wayanad, over 100 millimeters of rain is expected in the coming 24 hours. With Divya Wadhwa in Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.